Hi Cancer, welcome to Third Eye Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the first half of August 2025 or for whenever you find it. Let's get started. Hey Spirit, please read messages for Cancer's highest good. Thank you. So welcome back, Cancer. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So happy to have you here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I like to get one overall theme from the Wild Unknown archetype and read from the book. I think it's beautifully written. Today you have the Maiden. The Maiden is page 77. The Maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden, mother, crone, and rightfully so, because she has so much to learn. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests and dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. And if you're not young of age in this human frame that you find yourself, that is the essence of youth, right? So we can always be the eternal child. There's always more to learn, more to explore. It's endless. Thank goodness. It would be so dull and boring otherwise. We're going to open with Rider-Waite-Smith with additional major arcana thrown in for fun. On the cut, we have the Empress and your energy, Cancer, your major arcana, the Chariot. Empress is Taurus and Libra energy, but this is divine feminine energy. It's the birth of something new. Empress energy is always birthing into the world new. Interesting, we have Maiden, then Mother. Wonder if we'll see the Death energy, Crone. Messages for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. What's up? Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Who's sneaky? Who's moving deceptively? Who's that snake in the grass? The deceptive snake in the grass. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Somebody trying to play mind games here. Somebody trying to one-up another person. Spread lies, rumors, gossip, whatever. This is a win at all cost energy, Five of Swords. And that Seven of Swords is quite deceptive. The Wheel of Fortune. Looks like the rug's going to get pulled out from under them. It's a flipping of the script or flipping of the tables, that sort of energy coming through. Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yes, there will be one clear winner, that's for sure. Messages for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. The World is next. Interesting, both of these cards represent the four fixed signs. You can see here the angel, I guess what would be an angel or a human, that's Aquarius. We have the eagle right here, Scorpio. We have the bull, which is right here, and then the lion right here. In the Wheel of Fortune, you see they're all holding books. school of life is coming through. They're learning, learning, learning. There's always more to learn, right? Here in the world, we've graduated. We've leveled up. We've passed a test. You have to pass a test in order to graduate. Eight of Cups might mean leaving something behind. Those 8 cups, somebody turning their back on a situation they had emotionally invested in, or perhaps wrestling an addiction into the ground, that sort of thing. Messages for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, the King of Pentacles just flew over there. We have, interesting that I said wrestling an addiction into the ground, and then we see strength coming out. That's mastering the beast within. What is the beast? It's our addictions, our lustful nature, our temperament, you know, if we're prone to lashing out, anger management, that sort of thing. This is mastery of the self. Self-discipline, self-control, self-restraint, self-mastery. 8 of Wands is coming out as well. So after working on oneself here, somebody is ready to launch these arrows of love, is what the 8 of Wands is known as. It's a passionate, fiery energy. King of Pentacles, and he came out on his side over there. So it's like something about stability, needing to get more grounded, more stable in the earth plane, right? That's Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy with the earth element and earth signs. Getting a stable footing is coming through. A bit of anxiety surrounding that with the 9 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Where there's a will, there is a way, I would like to say. All right, what just flipped? Crone energy, death. So we've seen the Maiden, we've seen the Mother, and now we're seeing the Crone, death energy. Major Arcana for Scorpio. Charles is at the door, so let me let him in real quick. But before I do, let me show you the bottom of the deck. Ace of Wands, fire, passionate, something coming back to life. Hi. Hi, honey. I'm always happy when Charles decides to join us. Hello, baby. Just love this boy. Okay. So, Cancer. Whatever ended, the death is directly under the world. The world is the ending of one previous chapter of our lives to start a new chapter, a new cycle, right? It's a graduation. It's a leveling up. We don't graduate, though, unless we pass the test. So there's something about controlling the beast within in order to pass that test. Something must die off here, death energy, in order for something else to fire up and begin. And look who's on the top of the deck, Empress energy again, passionate, Ace of Wands. Thank you. Virgo energy just came out on its side, searching one's soul. This is doing a lot of inner work. This is an introspective, looking within at our own behavioral patterns or whatnot, searching ourselves for the truth here. As I pause, we see the Knight of Cups, so love offer, Cancer, from someone from the past. 6 of Cups. Now, it doesn't have to be someone that you knew in this current life, in this current body. It could be someone from a past life, right? 6 of Cups coming under the 8 of Wands, but there's an element of innocence to the connection. There's a purity to it. And that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, apparently, with the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Nice. Brought to you by Spirit. Look at the angel here. Temperance. Blending and fusing 2 cups together. We're going to clarify with Tarot of Oppositions. Nice. Look at that. Chariot energy, your major arcana on the bottom of the deck. On the cut, we have the Four of Wands. This is a mutually invested energy, two people who are both passionate for the other. It's one of two marriage cards. But this Chariot, look at how badass it is. And it's being driven by lions. Lions are pulling this Chariot. So once we tame the beast within, it actually works on our behalf and doesn't sabotage our life experience anymore. This is a card of victory, success, smashing goals, achieving your wildest dreams. Chariot is a victory card. Clarity on the spread, please, for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Saw the Empress earlier, and now I'm seeing the Emperor. Just saying. Somebody's, I'd say, trying to shake off this Four of Cups energy that feels like a dark cloud that's hung over someone, where, you know, it's because the person is so focused on all of the things that bother them, it brings their vibration down the drain, and they're not receptive to magical things because they're in this energy of everything sucks, and it's really just a spoiled brat, because there's always something to be grateful for. It's part of the human experience to be bored or dissatisfied from time to time, but don't make that your dominant dwelling place, right? Emotionally speaking. Look at that. Yeah, we want to find emotional stability. Start focusing on the things you have to be grateful for. Start a daily gratitude list. Things every single... Do you have running water? Do you have a roof over your head? Are you sheltered from the storm? Those are all things to be grateful for, right? Attitude of gratitude is the fastest way to climb the emotional ladder. And it's something that no one can do for us, right? It's our job. And that might be why we're seeing the Hermit here. Somebody's going within and doing some adjustments, and that's great. I mean, I feel like we should all be doing that all of the time, staying ever aware of where we are emotionally. Knight of Wands. So we're firing up. It's fire energy. It's passionate energy, ready to take action. Feels like chomping at the bit. Wheel of Fortune, please. So something has done a turnaround. What is the Wheel of Fortune for Cancer? Thank you, Spirit. To the floor it goes. We have Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So that's a victory. That's a win. Knight of Pentacles. So the slowest moving knight in the deck, but it's that methodical, day after day, step after step, working towards a goal, diligently, nose down, I want to say, and just driving towards a goal. That's what brings in this success. The World is next. This is a graduation. Okay, that's a lot. The Judgment, major arcana for Scorpio. It's the rebirth aspect of Scorpion energy. We have the Death directly under the World that we're clarifying. So a lot of Scorpion energy coming through. Wow, the third major arcana for Scorpio. The Tower is here as well. All three of the Scorpion cards are showing up right now. Something has exploded. The Tower. And that could just be an awareness of something that has annihilated all previous conceptions and turned them into perhaps misconceptions. And, oh, I didn't see that before, but now I am, because I have no other choice but to see it, right? The Tower. With the world, it's like, and you know, with the world at large, with things like blowing up all over the place, it's time to hone in with your intuition. High Priestess is here. Practice a daily deep breathing meditation. It's a slow process, but over time, it helps to build a connection to your intuition, which is, you know, God, goddess energy. 2 more nights, then, you know, things are picking up momentum. So we have Knight of Pentacles here. We have Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. All these knights, all these moving parts. The Strength is next. Clarify the strength for Cancer. I believe this is somebody who's really like starting to look at where they need to do some inner works. Self-evaluation is coming through here. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So it could just be, you know, needing to stay focused on material stability, financial stability here. 9 of Pentacles is financial independence. The Queen of Pentacles is very focused on her coin, which is her stability. She is counterpart energy to the King who's here. So there could be a heavy emphasis on growing our resources. 8 of Wands is next for Cancer. Thank you. Okay, some more coin energy coming through with the Page of Coins on the bottom of the deck. I feel that somebody feels like their offer is just, it's insufficient. But wow, yeah. Strength, okay, to the Ace of Pentacles, to the Ace of Swords, which is over here as well. They're realizing that there's some inner work, the strength that we literally just clarified here again, in order to grow their coin. Someone here is focused on their stability because they're realizing it's not quite enough, right? So they're making that a priority, making that a focal point. We have the Queen of Cups, 3 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's Queen of Love. She has heartbreak energy hanging in her atmosphere here, and is guarded as a result of that. That's all clarifying the 8 of Wands, which is communication, rapid back and forth communication and or travel, but passionate, known as arrows of love. It's coming, communication coming towards someone who's guarded. King of Pentacles is next. This is somebody who has found their stability. The King of Pentacles has all the money he could ever possibly want, all the resources he could ever need, is able to move through life with ease as a result of that. The Emperor. Yeah, somebody's bossing up here in a major way, like taking control of the situation. Major Arcana for Aries. We have the 4 of Swords. This is a daily deep breathing meditation practice for me, at least 10 minutes every single day. Your only job is to breathe as deeply as possible. That's it. It's your only job. Set a timer on your phone or whatever, and big in, hold it at the top, all the way out until you can't get any more air out. Repeat that for 10 minutes. I promise you, over time, it's going to improve your quality of life experience. Beyond a shadow of a doubt has come through for every single reading thus far. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and now Cancer, the Sun. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Somebody is very, very clear here about something. And I just feel this sun energy burning away the debris of confusion. Burning away the clouds of confusion here in Leo season. The sun is a major arcana for Leo. Death energy is next. Clarify the death, please. Something has ended here, so that something else can begin, of course. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. It hit in the reverse. So there was no growth in this connection. Everything is dead. Seems like there was a lot of games being played here. She's looking off in a different direction. He's looking over at her like, whatever. It's just gross. You see how everything is dead. There's no growth on any of those tree limbs. Much different from this beautiful Two of Cups in the upright. Whatever ended, whatever relationship ended, it was for the best, I'd say. Eight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. At least it's in the upright, where someone has freed themselves from that chair, and not in the reverse, where they're strapped to it in the buff. Stripped of their dignity. So something ended. It was not anything you would want anyway. There was no growth there. It was rather dismal. So I'd say good riddance, right? And now someone's forced to do some inner reflection. The Hermit. Okay, that was immediate. It was clarified by the Page of Cups. So it keeps with this Six of Cups, which is next to clarify. This youthful innocence. There's a childlike innocence here, a renewal. Wow, you did open with the Maiden today. So renewal of this purity of spirit, I would like to say, within the self. 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Emotional bliss with other humans. So 6 of Cups is next. I see that whatever ended here, it was a blessing in disguise, because something much better is coming through now. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody felt forgotten, left out in the cold. They've perhaps been struggling financially. It's a card of poverty. Coming out for the 6 of Cups, we have the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, Page of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. Some very defensive energy. Is it maybe somebody's like, it's almost giving me like more like point the finger, it's their fault type energy instead of looking within. And that's what's been the hurdle here. It's like somebody wanted to blame everyone else, but they were not really searching their own soul for, well, what brought this into my life to begin with? And what do I want to do differently to achieve a different result, right? 7 of Cups, we're clarifying the 6 of Cups. So the 7, obviously that's sequential, but it gives me that somebody was perhaps drinking too much, you know, alcohol, passing out from it. That's what I always get here, but it's a card of choices, but it's just really very confusing. Illusions, confusion, that kind of thing. 8 of Swords to the 2 of Wands. So somebody, like we said earlier, has freed themselves from some sort of mental imprisonment, or they're in process of doing that, trying to surmount this very difficult ledge. And now I would like to point out that at least it's in the upright, because in the reverse, someone's losing their grip. So although it is difficult, it's doable, is what I would like to say there. Page of Swords and the 7 of Wands. We saw the 9 of Wands right above it. So 2 very defensive energies, on guard, blocking something out here, or just, yeah, look, death energy on the top of this deck right now. So whatever ended, it left somebody feeling very defensive, but I want to say that it was for the best, because there was no growth. this is just dismal and dead, literally dead, right? Done. And I would say you should be grateful that it is, or at least appreciate, like, okay, well, now that that's out of the way, I can move into something better. Of course, it is that inner work that needs to be alchemized, the pain of the processing, yada, yada. Coming up out of this poverty consciousness, scarcity mentality, feeling forgotten and forlorn. And I think this came out in Gemini's reading, this message of through the heartbreak, you know, of my personal experience. That's what drove me to connect more to spirit, because spirit is consistent. They're not like humans who are fickle. Spirit is always there to guide you and have your back. So yeah, that meditative work, connecting, very important. Burning Heart Love Oracle, please, for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. I'm scared you will reject me. I regret what I did to you. You are worth more to me than I let on. Okay, some Hidden Truth Oracle for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. If you like the way I read the cards, Cancer, please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Super helpful to get me into the algorithm of YouTube. Thank you so much. I want to be more than friends. I am afraid to contact you. Well, that's going to need to be dealt with, because otherwise nothing will ever happen, right? Some Moonology for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. If you'd like a private reading, the information on how to contact me is in the description box. If you'd like to make a donation to my channel, I do have a link in the description box. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated. We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. We also have nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. Yeah, nothing will come of the situation if someone's too afraid to contact. If someone's just going to sit in fear. Angels and ancestors, thank you, Spirit. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. And Traveler, move in a new direction. Yes, leave the past in the past. Look for the lesson it was trying to teach you, of course. A couple of cards from the Oracle of the Seven Energies for Leo. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Rose's Kiss. I do believe that's about, you know, stopping to smell the roses. And that brings me back to an attitude of gratitude, looking for the simple pleasures in life to be grateful for. We have Beyond the Ordinary. Always makes me think of extraordinary. Let's get an Animal Oracle card for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. You have Loon. Intuitive. I think Gemini got this as well. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Star Code Astro card for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Leo, shine. Leo energy is coming through. We're in Leo season currently. And if you're a Cancer sun sign, you could have Leo as your Mercury and or Venus placement. We have Pisces, sensitize. Fire and water right there. Let's get you some manifest Success cards. This is for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Skull, rough patch, borrowing money, low on cash, hospice, healer, no work, reinvention, rising from the dead, baby. That's Scorpio energy coming through. Whatever destroyed your previous life, well, okay. Time to build up again. Time to rise from the grave. Award, winning money, payoff for effort, recognition, advancement, professional work, and fame. Let's get you some dolphins. This is for Cancer. Thank you. Oh my goodness, you have so many. Lord of mercy. Okay. Gosh. Quite a few little dolphin cards. You see how beat up they are. They're decades old and well loved. We have harmonics, deep dive, strength, in balance with nature. Well, and by the way, the strength card, right? Yeah, the strength. Somebody's trying to master themselves. Sunshine on the water. A smiling heart. When was the last time you felt like your heart was smiling, Cancer? Migration. Mirroring. A whale of a tail. Habitat. Predators. And a breather. Taking a break. Taking a 10-minute break every single morning. A 10-minute breather, deep breathing meditation. Some charms, please, for Cancer. Thank you. Okay, this one hit the table. It's Rosa Mystica is what it says. I believe it's Mother Mary, but for me, that's just one aspect of the goddess energy. We do have your energy coming through, Cancer. It says Cancer on it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to read it. It has a little crab and everything. It's kind of like a little thing, little pin you put on your dress or whatever. We have a snowflake coming through, which reminds me of, you know, we're all unique snowflakes, right? We have a Wheel of Fortune. That was your first card out today. We have a Hershey's Kiss, a little bedazzled kiss, something sweet. And then we have Thor's Hammer, which I cannot pronounce the name of, so I'm not going to try, but Thor's Hammer. Look up the meaning behind that. There might be a message for you there. Let's get you a blessing before I close out. This is for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. A blessing to shield and safeguard you. We did have a whole lot of very defensive energy coming through here. We also have a Morgan's blessing of peace after battle. And a blessing on your family. Beautiful. That's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope something in this reading was helpful. And if so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take it easy. Bye.